Alright, number 18 says find the slope and the intercept of each line. Well, that's easy. We just have to put it in y equals mx plus b format. The slope-intercept, slope and in the intercept form, right? So what are we going to do? We're going to subtract 3x from both sides. Minus 3x, that's going to go to zip. Minus 4y is equal to minus 3x plus 12. Now we're going to have to multiply by 1/4 or negative 1/4 or divide by negative 4, however you want to look at it. So we'll just divide by negative 4. Negative 4, so we've got y is equal to negative is what? Positive 3/4 x negative. It's going to be a negative and a positive. We're going to be a negative. That's going to be what? 3. There's your answer. There is the slope. Slope is 3/4, right? And the y-intercept is what? Negative 3. Verify that. Number 18. 3. Oh, okay, yeah. They want both find the slope and the intercepts. That's plural. Find the slope and the intercepts of each line. So that's the y-intercept, right? That's the y-intercept. All right, so how do we find the x-intercept? All right. Remember what I told you before, if we've got a x and y coordinate system here, right? This is the y-intercept, right? We want to find the x-intercept. So how do we do that? Well, we want to find the x-intercept, so we let y go to what? 0. So we're going to have to set this guy equal to 0. Let me rewrite this up here, all right? Clean this up. So we want to let y equal 0. So 0 is equal to 3/4 x minus 3. When we let y equals when we set y equal to 0, that's going to give us our x-intercept. So what do we have to do? We have to solve for x. Clean this up a little bit. So we solve for x. How do we do that? Well, plus 3 here. We add 3 over here. So we got 3 is equal to 3/4 x. How do we get rid of this? How do we get rid of this 3/4 x? Well, we multiply it times what? 4/3, right? That cancels, that cancels. What do we do to this side? We multiply by 4/3. So what do we got to do to this side? Multiply by 4/3. These 3's cancel. So x is equal to 4. Apparently. Which one is that? 18? Yeah. It crosses it. X equals 4. And then what? Y equals 0, right? Because if it crosses, we set y equals 0, so we know y equals 0. So this is the coordinate pair. X is 4, and let me write that down a little clearer. So x is 4. X is 4, coordinate pair, and y equals 0. That's your answer, okay? All right, let's see about number 19. Number 19. Number 19. And the question is, number 19, find the slope and intercepts, plural, of each line. Number 19 is y is equal to negative 2. There's our graph. Negative 1, negative 2. So the slope is what? 0, right? We remember we discussed that. If it's a horizontal line, its slope is 0. If it's a vertical line, it's what? It's undefined. So our the slope is 0, and the y-intercept is what? Negative 2. And what is the x-intercept? It's going to be what? X-intercept is going to be what? Nada, right? It's going to be 0 because it does not exist. Let's see what they say. 19. Yeah, none. Doesn't have one. Okay? All right. So, number 20. 20. So we've got f of x or y is equal to 4/5 x plus 7. This is the same thing as y. Y is equal to 4/5 x plus 7. So there's our, what do they want? Intercept is, the y-intercept is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's where it crosses the y-intercept. The slope is just read right off the graph. Like I said before, now they want to know where the x-intercept is. So how do we find that? Well, we reduce y down so that it's 0. That's going to give us where it is along the x-axis. So we're going to set y equals 0 is equal to 4/5 x plus 7. Subtract 7 from both sides. Negative 7 is equal to 4/5 x. And this goes to 0. Right? So how do we get rid of the 4/5? We multiply it by what? 5/4. 4's cancel, 5 cancels, we're left with x. What do we do to this side? We multiply it by 5/4, so what do we got to do to this side? Negative 7 times 5/4. That's going to give us our value for x. That's going to be what? Negative 35, negative 5 times 7/4. And yeah, 35, negative 35/4 is going to be our x. And what's our y going to be? Our y is going to be 7 where it crosses the y-axis. All right. So let's see here. Number 21. Let's see how much time we got left here. 21. 21. We got 3 minutes. That should be enough time. Oh, okay, 21. X equals 5. What does that look like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so remember what I told you? If you start, what's the slope? Slope formula. Y is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 divided by x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Remember I told you that x sub 2 minus x sub 1 is going to be the same thing. 5 minus 5, that's going to go to 0, right? So what's anything divided by 0? Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 divided by 0 is what? Undefined. Okay, and let's see what they, so undefined for the, where it crosses the, y, let's see here. Undefined, and then I guess I'm not sure what they're asking for here. Where it crosses the x-axis is 5, 0, right? All right, and that is the end of the quiz.